Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. It's the day after, it's the night after, because I've left this one late and I've left it late intentionally. Some of you are probably going to understand the method to the madness very shortly. But yesterday was where Chelsea lost 2-0 to Brentford at home. Once again, another team comes to the bridge. Yep, lo and behold, here's 3 points. Take it and go. And at the same time, we saw Man City beat Arsenal. And then today, there was a certain game on. And I thought, you know what? Considering that there hasn't been any blockbuster news during the day, there was one piece of news we were all waiting for and we didn't get it. So, I'll get to that in a sec. But then I saw the fixtures and I went, Tottenham, Manchester United. There's a point here that relates to us. Yeah. As Chelsea fans, it relates. So, some of you are probably thinking, what is this guy all about? Has he lost his marbles? Is he okay? Maybe you could say I've lost my marbles. I don't think I have. And this is all going to be brought back around full circle for you to understand very shortly. But I'll get to that in a sec. Today, we were waiting for news about Frank Lampard. Let's be honest, right? Because yesterday's result was not just unacceptable, it was so far past unacceptable that it makes unacceptable look very acceptable. And everything that we saw yesterday was absolutely revolting, right? This is where we were honestly looking and thinking, you know what, look, even so, with nothing to play for, I'm sorry, but even now, Lampard still needs to go, right? This is just how it is. I got quite a lot of comments from a lot of you in yesterday's video, and fair play to all of you that left your contributions down below in the comment section. I appreciate it. I did read quite a lot of comments, and I saw an increase in a certain demographic of viewers. The older generation, you lot were very active in my comment section yesterday. For the first time in a while, I saw a lot of you. How many comments I got yesterday saying, I've been a fan of 35 years. I've been a fan of 40 years. I even got comments saying I've been a fan of 50 years, 55 years. And there was even one of you, forgot the name, I'd have to go back and check, 57 years. Yes, there was a subscriber, there was a viewer in the comment section yesterday for someone that had been watching Chelsea and has been a fan for 57 years. And they all said the same thing. They all said, it's never been this bad. It's never been this bad. One of them said, I remember when we almost went down to Division 3, because we went into Division 2, and then we almost went into Division 3. They said, even then, it wasn't this bad. Why? Because at least back then, there wasn't really much resources, there wasn't much money. Now, you've got all the tools and resources in your hands, and we're playing like a relegation team. We are playing like bottom of the league. Literally, like bottom of the league. Talking about bottom of the league, Southampton actually came to the bridge and done us over. So, you know, we're losing left, right and centre. And I'll get to that point in a little bit when I talk about a certain Tottenham, Manchester United. You're probably thinking again, how is this related? You'll see. But I got those comments from a lot of those the older gen, right? The ones that have been going since the 60s and 70s and, you know, the old school. And I appreciate those lot a lot. I appreciate those that generation a lot because they've seen it all. They've seen it all. Very wise, tons of wisdom, tons to learn from. When they turn around and say it's not been this bad, that's a big wake-up call. That's a big wake-up call for how bad it actually is in this situation. And then I go to what I know a lot of fans decided to actually do both last night and this morning. And I went ahead and did it myself too. What is that, you're probably going to ask? I actually had to go and check. This is how far down we've gone. Yeah, this is how far broken we are. I actually had to go and check to see if it was mathematically possible for us to go down. I had to actually go and open up Premier League Predictor, right? One website where you can predict every single game that remains, and then you get to see what your predictions equate to in terms of the league table after 38 games, both in terms of points, goals scored, goals conceded, everything, right? I done that just to get an idea. Like, can we actually go down? Are we actually going down? And lo and behold, after putting in my data, that's a buzzword that I'm sure Todd Bowley and them lot love. I put in my data, yeah. I put in all the scores, even for the games that don't matter to me. You know, talk about like, I don't know, Southampton versus Villa. I was like, I don't know. I put every single possible score that I logically and realistically thought it will happen. Alongside that, I put Chelsea to lose every single game, just to test the waters. What happened? We finished 4 points above the drop zone in 15th place. Or 16th. I think it was 15th. Or was it 16th? I've lost count. It's there. It's 15th or 16th. I think it's 15th. But I think we are 4 points above the drop zone. 39 points. And to go down was 35. Leeds, Everton and Southampton go down. Leicester survive. West Ham survive. Bournemouth survive. The rest, I think Bournemouth got above us. So we're in 15th. 4 points above the drop zone. What does that tell you? It tells you if we had just a few more games to play on this form, we'd end up in the relegation zone. We've got 6 games remaining. If we had 10 games remaining, we could actually be talking about going down. Why? My calculations ended up us being 4 points above the drop zone just because I don't see Leeds and Everton, those two mainly, winning certain games. I just don't see it. Their fixture lists are not easy, and hence Everton got battered today by Newcastle at home 4-1, didn't they? That tells you exactly what you need to know. I just think there's been too much damage done by Leeds and Everton, and I think that will continue for us to go down. So realistically, yes, we've got absolutely nothing to play for now, but best believe with the form that we're on, we're going into 15th. We are going to finish in 15th. And if it had not been for Thomas Tuchel's 10 points at the beginning of the season, 10 points or his 10 points, I think it is, or his points, let's just say his points, we'd be in the relegation zone. It's embarrassing. Now, yesterday's game was absolutely, as Matisse would say, bombastically crazy, right? Grand Dam would say that too. In terms of the way that we set up, the lineup, and what Lampard actually tried to do, or what he thought was okay. His comments post-match were criminal. And not even his post-match interview, because I know a lot of people were talking about that. His press conference hit the nail in the coffin, man. His press conference, my ears were bleeding. I had blood coming out of my ears, and I had to immediately pat down and stop the blood from coming out, you know. That bad. He's talking about, well, we're in a bad moment. Confidence is low. You bet. And then he goes and says, "No, I don't think there's anything wrong tactically." My ears are bleeding again. What? You don't think there's anything wrong tactically? Wow. Okay. That's where I think it's pretty clear that a lot of us were waiting for some sort of news today to say, you know what, look, we're just going to have to chop Lampard just to protect his own image. Just leave, please. Just go. Management is not going to be for Frank Lampard at this point. No way. And why? He actually does not have a clue. Now, some people are going to turn to the players and go, "Oh no, these players they're rubbish though. A lot of these players are they don't even qualify as scraps, right? You can't even classify them as scrap metal at this point, I understand there are some players that are not good enough. Completely agree. We're going to have to flog quite a lot when it comes to the summer. But to say that every single player, I made this point during the Graham Potter times. Every single player is rubbish. Nah, I don't buy that. Is every single player destroyed mentally? 100%. Destroyed. They are finished. But a right manager can get something out of them. Just something. What something? I ask for a system. I ask for a way of moving forward. I ask for a goal. One goal. Gallagher, with his deflected lucky shot, is actually going to be, by default, Chelsea's goal of the month because it's the only goal we scored. I mean, we're talking about Chelsea Football Club here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, to cement that even further, right, in terms of Frank Lampard, 2 points. One, he's not going to be going because Chelsea have apparently, via Sky Sports News did say earlier on today that he will remain until the end of the season, no matter what. So all I'm going to say is, as crazy as it's been so far and people want it to end, we're just getting started. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, we're just getting started. Arsenal on Tuesday, best believe we're losing that. Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest after that, who knows? Right now, they're both fighting relegation. Nottingham Forest beat Brighton. Bournemouth done a good job against Spurs. You remember at Spurs, and actually got some decent results as of late. Can they get a job done against us? You'd think we'd at least score a goal. You can't say it nowadays, though, with Chelsea Football Club. It's crazy. Then we've got Man City, Man United away, both of them, and then Newcastle at home to wrap it all up. Ah, man, so we're just getting started. Frank Lampard right now, having lost 5 out of 5, 9 goals conceded, 1 goal scored, is worse than Frank de Boer. Worse than Frank de Boer. This is where we are. Now, why did I mention... actually, before I get to that, because we know he's now staying, there were some fans earlier today making the observation that, you know what, okay, why doesn't Frank just walk? If you love this club, you know, you want, just walk. If you're not going to do things that need to be done, at least to even think about maybe the next manager, players that should be playing, take the risk, go attacking, see what we can do. Instead of playing Gallagher and Sterling as the front two, with Kante as an attacking midfielder, how about actually playing Madueke, Mudryk, try and get a striker on the pitch, try just, you know, we've got nothing to lose apparently, haven't we? No, but he's going to go with who has fitness, who wants to play for the badge, and then after we go 1-0 down, decides to turn to the men that he's decided to leave on the bench, and then after we go 2-0 down, he brings on the others that he's left on the bench that should have started, but he's got all this under control. All this is under control. Some people were saying, well, why doesn't he walk then? An example of this would be Gattuso. I saw Gattuso was at AC Milan 18 months in. It was not going well at all. What did Gattuso do? For the sake of AC Milan, he's a club legend over there. Gattuso, AC Milan, rated very, 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 very highly. Legend. Gattuso decided to resign. And decided to resign, not only just to resign, but to also say, I don't want to get paid. Keep the money. I love this club too much. I will walk. Clearly, it's not working. I will walk. Go and get someone in. Go get kicking. And about the pay, keep it. There we are. There we are. I'm not saying that Frank Lampard absolutely must do that. In today's day and age, you best believe managers are going to just stay so they get paid. But I'm just making that remark because you can see that was Gattuso doing it for the club. Proper, you know. And that was him on a permanent, not even as an interim. So, best believe the results that are coming up going to be crazy. Now, why did I mention Tottenham versus Manchester United? To wrap up this video. For those of you that don't know, or did you watch? Tottenham 2, Manchester United 2 tonight. Tottenham were 2-0 down against Manchester United. And I have to say, I'll be honest, I was looking at that and going, okay, well, typical Spurs, isn't it? And then what happened? They switched it on. Ryan Mason actually got some sort of a bounce out of them. Stadium was buzzing. Chance after chance. Got a goal. All right, let's go. There was a system. I actually saw Ryan Mason getting Tottenham to play with a system. You could see a system in place. You know, players were moving. Players were combining. Players were directing each other. Telling each other, directing what position to go in, where to move, how to run, where to lay off. Calling for the ball. Ryan Mason dictating, controlling in defence. They were compact. Launching the counter-attack, certain men moving forward, certain men staying back. There was a system. There was a way. With Ryan Mason, who's meant to be the interim of the flipping interim. Right? They sacked Conte, put in Stellini, sacked Stellini, put in Mason. The interim of the interim has a system. And this is Tottenham. We're talking about Tottenham, yeah? We like to mock Tottenham, don't we? I mean, for the match-going fans, you guys know about it just as much as I do, because when I used to go, I'd hear it all the time. And when we play against Spurs, you'd hear it very often. Huh? The song, how does it go? Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Everywhere they go. Yeah, we sing that all the time, don't we? Yeah, now we got to add an extra lyric onto that. So do we. So do we. And you know what? When you look at Tottenham under an interim like Ryan Mason actually implementing a bounce, well, implementing a system and generating a bounce. And that's Ryan Mason, who was criticised after that League Cup final and what he'd done the first time when he was put in as a caretaker. Even he has a system, man. Even he's getting this Tottenham team that got absolutely caked by Newcastle and conceded 6 to actually play in a certain way. And at Chelsea, vibes. And we don't even get that. We don't even get a goal. Tottenham got 2 under Ryan Mason on day 1. We can't even get a goal. Chelsea Football Club, man. This is depressing. This is really, really bad. And it's not even over yet. Let's see what happens on Tuesday, eh? We play Arsenal at the Emirates. Just got to look to the heavens at this point and stop talking. Let me know your thoughts down below. I had to make that observation and let you guys know, because that is at least it's some sort of a bounce. And that's Tottenham, who were playing in the way that they were playing. Expressions was on stream talking about how he's got, what is it, that they've got a -3, no, was it, he was complaining about a +3 goal difference or something? You seen ours? What are we now? -10 or something? Let me know your thoughts down below. Goes to show just how much Frank Lampard, even as an individual, even as a manager, he's in trouble, let alone Chelsea Football Club. And the decision-making from the top is absolutely abysmal. These owners need to take accountability now. They have to start looking at themselves in the mirror and start looking at how dire this situation is. Poch has an absolute miracle to try and perform at Chelsea if he does come in. If he does come in, because that's still not done. Get that done ASAP, please. For the sake of this club, we need someone in ASAP. Even if it means he's coming at the end of the season, he's not coming in tomorrow, but we need that agreed before he decides to change his mind and actually see some sanity. Because anyone would be crazy coming into this job. Let's be honest. You know, absolutely incredible. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. See you tomorrow, people. Have a good one. Take care. And peace.